What's up, everybody? My name is Parker Ament.
And my name is Danny Ferrari.
And we are Excellent Sound. Welcome back to another production segment of The Excellent Show with our great friend, Niles KSHMR.
Right. We can say that now. I think we're great friends.
We're best
Hell
friends.
yeah, dude.
Best friends.
Yeah, dude. I'm so excited to dig in on some production stuff.
Yeah.
We actually do some unique stuff with you, and you're like super cool with it. And I don't think anybody else on YouTube does this kind of like style video, you know?
Yeah.
It's like we're kind of bonding with a computer open, you know what I'm saying? And just sharing tech, you know?
Yeah.
So I enjoy it so much. And
absolutely.
I think a lot of people at home will find some really helpful stuff.
For sure.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing this for us and for the people.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. I mean, like, I know people are probably interested in Ableton, like looking at projects, but I do have this guy opened here. So this is one of the tools that I've created using Claude, and it's my project browser. So this is the full guy, and then if I just want the little simple guy, he's up there.
So cool.
So like a splice app type of
exactly
deal. Yeah,
like a little splice app type deal. And you know, it's organized by modified. So my most recently modified project is up at the top, and it is able to go into the ALS and actually pull out what the BPM is. So it tells me at the BPM, and I can organize it by that. And then it just gives me like a little link to click on if I want to open Finder or open the project itself. And this little guy over here, which is yellow, is based on the number of Ableton backups I was telling you guys about. So Ableton backups are made on time intervals. There's just sort of an indication of how much time you spent on a track. So if I go into here and I look at backups, you can see that there's this many. And 12, and if there was a project that I'd been working on even longer, there'd be more like this guy. So it's just like a little rough health indication of the track, how much you're working on it. Kind of point your eyes to be like, oh fuck, I forgot about this one, I haven't worked on that. And then just little buttons like active and you can do notes. And then the notes I got to pop out and to stay on top. So if I'm in Ableton, I can just do like a little note guy.
That is so helpful.
And it's stored back here, and then we can just close him out. And you can play, and then, you know, one of the coolest features is when it detects a new bounce is made in my project. So when I have a project, it usually looks something like this, and you'll see these WAV files here are my bounces. And when a new one is detected in a folder, it actually shoots it out via email.
That's so insane.
Yeah, like so enable email notifications and oh my God, can you guys blur out my email? I don't need people.
Oh yeah, you don't need that.
But basically, it sends it out to my crew. And they all get updates because I'm always forgetting. They're like, "Did you make a new version?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I made like 3 new versions since the one that you've heard." So yeah, this just makes life super easy. And so this is the power of Claude. You can hide some stuff that you don't. When you hide stuff, it doesn't get added to like send out to people and stuff.
How much time do you think you've saved just by creating this for yourself?
It's funny. I mean,
it's got to be hours.
It is definitely a quality of life thing, and it's hard to say how much time, but like I have looked now at old projects and stuff that I wouldn't have before. They would have slipped under the radar. And now with this guy, you know, especially if I put like a little heart on something, it reminds me to come back to some like old shit. And I can sort by notes. Like if I have outstanding notes, like, oh, try this thing on this song, it doesn't get lost. I can sort by my notes and I can see what I've left notes on. And, you know, if you're being a good boy, you should probably be slowly chipping away at all your notes, right?
Yeah. It's kind of like gamifying your production.
Yeah.
That's so cool, man.
I have some more like in-depth questions too. Like, so the green health bar versus the yellow. So would green mean that you've spent more time on it than the yellow? Okay.
Exactly.
So you're using that to sort of see, like, kind of manage your time. And also you have a preview, which is such a good idea. Yeah. So like, because how many times do we put down a project and we kind of like forget, or we put it down for long and forgot what it sounds like. Like, that's so smart. I mean,
it's just like an iTunes for your music, you know, uniquely.
There's a product here.
Yeah, I should probably finish it and ship it out. Yeah.
Do you think how many versions? Because I know when you were talking about it earlier in the podcast, you were saying, it's not like you go in with all, I just got to do this. You start with a small concept and you just build on it, right? So how many versions do you think you've done of this one?
Oh man.
How long, I guess,
Yeah, probably a lot. It's funny. It's like, it's hard to even think about them as versions because Claude, I'll give it a little note for some random thing and it will just update it. And like, I guess that's a new version, I'll be like, add this little notes thing over here and it pops out and it has stay on top. And, I have multiple screens and Claude is pretty much always open on one screen. And while I'm working on music, he's just working on updates and
get to work, Claude.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so sick.
Yeah, and all my other little tools that you could see here are like different things that I've made that helps us, just like a batch ID3 tag remover. For some reason, guys working on the sample pack had like all these ID3 tags.
What are ID3 tags?
It's like artist information and stuff. And
like
metadata. And when you search in Finder, it was showing the file names by like the track name instead of. It was very bizarre.
Weird.
I've had that before too. It's annoying. I was like, why is this one file? Somebody had done that with something, and it was a pain in the ass to get rid of.
Exactly.
But some people do that, I think, to make sure, so it makes it easier for them when they're doing their tracks or whatever. But
and I was even thinking about it when we wanted to make notes for like samples, like shit. We like, this one clips at 2 seconds or something. But in the end, it was weird because it can get overwritten really easily. Mm-hmm. And we went with like a really just like Neanderthal way to write comments on. So I'll show you guys right now. This is the SOK main organizer we're gonna open up. So this guy is like my launch pad for all of our tools. And this is the Sounds of Kashmir main organizer.
Wow.
And
this is separate than the project browser?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but the project browser has like a little hub where I can just open all the little apps that I've made for the most part. If I haven't added one, I just add it here, like add custom tool, and could do that. But so this one looks a lot more basic, but it's a lot more powerful, actually. If we wanted to... Yeah,
this
is so sick, dude.
Yeah. I'm just laughing at the simplest thing that you're doing, but this is just the waveform popping up. I'm like, dude, that's so cool.
Oh yeah,
it looks so good.
And like, yeah, we can go around and we can even like drag a second, and I can like trim that off at the beginning. And yeah, what we ended up going with when we wanted to add notes actually was file note. We'll add it like this is awesome. And it will apply it, and it just does this at the end.
Nice.
It's so basic, but...
No, that's so useful.
That's all you need.
But then in the app, we interpret anything between two asterisks as being a note. So for us, it just looks like that when we have notes on stuff. So yeah, we'll just clear that.
This reminds me of do you know Sound Miner?
Oh, I feel like I've heard
that. It's like a film scoring.
Isn't it like super expensive or something?
Yeah, it's super expensive, but it's essentially just a sample finder.
Yeah.
And it looks very similar to this.
Yeah.
So is this program able to like key and BPM label your samples too? Or
it doesn't do that for you. It expects that the tempo and BPM is already going to be listed, but then it can do interesting things with that. Unfortunately, all of these are like organized well right now, so fuck.
But I see you have individual naming, because if you've ever tried to label like a sample pack, it's the most difficult thing, especially if you want to put stuff, for instance, like you have your keys in alphabetical order and you might be doing it by key and then do tempo or whatever, and it's hard because if you end up you want to add a new sound, you're like, oh, it needs this loop, and then that's completely out of order. If you're doing it the old school way, you got to rename that and rename everything.
Yeah, right. Yeah, this took care of that. In the end, actually, Splice required we had a unique descriptive name for everything. So if you're talking about sequence numbers, we stopped doing sequence numbers because everything had a unique name, so it wouldn't overwrite each other.
So you mean like Kashmir Top Loop 01 is no longer a thing?
Yeah, that's not a thing anymore. Now it's like, Avalanche or something like that. And actually, that was a Herculean undertaking to add unique names to everything. It's like 7,000 sounds.
Yeah, that sounds so hard.
We came up with this. This is an AI that has a bunch of descriptive names. And
oh man, that's all of them.
Yeah, and if we add, let's say I pick like, okay, for cello and so I don't know, I'll just pick like ethnic and maybe organic, and then I'll just hit apply descriptions, and then they'll appear here in like a little temporary slot, And then if I don't like that one, I can hit left and right and come up with a better one for it, whatever.
Oh, that's great. I love arrows.
And then up here, so it would be like long improvs, and then we don't really care about BPM. So when you see stuff in between the curly brackets, that means it's like smartly, intelligently interpreting from the file name. So key, and I guess we care about description. And then if you preview template, but we're also losing all the names of them. But just to show you what that would have done, it would do that.
Wow.
So yeah, we also would want to keep info, and info is a little bit of a wild card because it's going to try to suss out what about these is like useful information. So yeah, it didn't really get it right. It just used the other descriptive name. If we were in like an untampered with folder, it would work better. This already has descriptive names.
Yeah,
stuff,
it's hard to show the
working
example of
against us a little bit. But so we have descriptors. This was really useful. We added a drone, and let me show you what I mean. Like if you're listening to vocals, and we've got these nice cinematic vocals, and it's kind of hard to tell without context. Is this a good one? We listen to, but then you can add on a drone.
Oh.
Just to make sure it sounds good, like in context. And it's looking at the key that's labeled, and we're able to figure out what the key is, and then we're changing the drone to be that key. And sometimes the sample is really dry, but you want to make sure, like, all right, this would sound sexy with some reverb, so we added like a little shitty reverb on there. Bypass.
Yeah. Are you guys paying attention to this?
This is
you
wild.
write notes?
Yeah. It's pretty awesome, man.
I love how you have the number of samples in each folder too, right next to it.
Yeah,
that's so big.
So like, if now that you know that's like, so Splice is saying, listen, we don't want numbers anymore. We just want description.
Yeah.
So that means no more Cashmere kick 01 whatever.
Yeah.
Just Cashmere kick and then description house kick, right?
Yeah, exactly. And ultimately, I think for the user, it is better because you have a little bit more of an emotional attachment. Even if it's an arbitrary word like granite or something, like it's better than 4.
But what if
you remember it too?
But what if you have multiple? Let's just use kicks as an example. Like you have multiple kicks that are in the tech house genre.
Yeah.
How would you would give an individual sound to or individual description to each single one, and it could just be. But at that point, isn't it just like arbitrary, just like bullshit names?
So it's when we generate, it is arbitrary, but then we manually go through, do the left and right. If it's like that doesn't really feel like that or something, or sometimes we just manually go in. But if we had a bunch, I can also just like that. And so like using the let's say these are like one shots with key, and it used the folder name to fill in part of it, and we're gonna say Nordic style, and then we put a bunch of descriptions. Alone, it's just gonna look like this. If you do want the sequence number, that is there just by putting in the 2 guys like that.
So like in the future, like if you were, would you say that this is something that you feel like other sample packs should start doing, is start getting rid of the numbering system?
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge pain, but I think probably for the user it's better than just numbers, I think.
But sometimes numbers can be a pain though too, honestly, if you're trying to keep things in.
The sequence? I mean, that was a big hurdle that we got over. That was a large reason that we started this whole template algorithm. Because if you add stuff and then you want to change the position, it's just a fucking pain. But now with that, we were able to accomplish it, but then later Splice was like unique names for everything, so fuck, that was out the window.
Damn. Yeah, 7,000 files, that's going to take a long time.
Yeah.
So.
And then over here, just to really quickly wrap it up with this, comparison mode was super useful. So comparison mode, we add, by shift-clicking on another folder, you can look at 2 folders and then drag things between them. So if you had like, this is now finished, but we had a lot of subfolders that were like good and bad. And then we were like dragging between when we were picking what was going to make the pack, and this made it really easy.
Oh, that's great.
So you have 2 folders there in comparison mode, and then down here we can scan for files with silence at the end, files with silence at the start, sounds that are too quiet, sounds with multiple versions.
I'm like, fucking write this shit.
Yeah, and I'll just give you this. And then we have this deep view. So deep view means that it will not only show you the folder you've clicked on, but all of its subfolder content.
Oh my God.
So that is useful sometimes. If we wanted to do that, and then we say, let's find, I mean, this is done, so it probably won't show anything, but what are off-grid BPM files, like loops that don't perfectly time-wise match the BPM, like a good, like a full beat or bar, right? And we click that, and they say, what's the minimum? Is it a beat or a full bar? Let's say a full bar. And we say scan, and nothing was found because...
Right. You fixed everything.
Yeah, because we fixed everything.
Do you have a dupe checker, too?
Yeah, we have a dupe checker, so...
to make sure you don't have any duplicates in yours, because that happens sometimes.
Duplicate audio content. And if we wanted to scan the whole thing, it'd be a little bit heavy. That's why I'm not clicking on the full folder. But let's just click on drum loops.
There's only 1,000 drum loops.
Yeah.
1,100, sorry.
And let's say find duplicate audio content. And these are folders we want to ignore. These are internal folders, next, delete, and stuff. But let's just say start scan. And it should say nothing. Scanning. And, oh, well.
We got one.
Yeah, but I have a feeling that there were some...
It's like a variation or something.
Yeah, it looks like these might be in like hidden deleted folders or some shit like that. There's extra content. Yeah, I can't imagine there's all those duplicates. That must be something weird. I don't know.
This is so cool just like for producers at home. I mean, maybe you're not interested in making sample packs, but just the fact that you took the time to create, you can create your own tools now.
Yes. Yeah.
Like that's the point. Is like you can create your own tools. Yeah.
Yeah, straight up.
It's incredible.
Yeah. You can create a plugin. And then I didn't even get to audio stuff, but you can just like drive it into a soft clipper by a few dB or normalize it, or you can fade or silence removal, or you can trim it. This is a cool one. Based on the BPM, it detects to a measure.
Oh, that's so great.
That's so helpful.
It's instead of going to Ableton and bouncing it and find where the file is.
That's a whole thing. You have to rebound samples so many times.
It takes a long time to open live.
Yeah.
You know,
it takes
and sometimes
forever.
it closes.
Let me show you one more cool thing. This is Keyboard Maestro. Did you guys get into that at all? Did we ever talk about that? Keyboard Maestro?
Is this like a custom key command sort of thing? I think I've been wanting to. We were, what were we using before that didn't work on the new Macs?
It was like Shortcut Buddy or something.
Yeah.
Shortcut Buddy wasn't working for you.
Well, it doesn't work anymore because of the updates.
No, it was we had one where you like right click and it opens up a window, a special window, and you have all of your go-tos
I need a
right
shortcut
there.
thing, so this is sick. If you're an EDM producer and you need some serious sounds, make sure you guys go to XLNTsound.com. They have everything you need from Serum presets, project files, remakes, and even free downloads for you guys. And check out all these different testimonials that all these heavy-hitting EDM producers are saying about XLNTsound.com.
And on top of that, use code TheExcellentShow at checkout to save 10% off your next purchase.
Yeah. So Shortcut Buddy lives on my master. It's a part of my template, and you can see all the keys I've added. Ableton is case sensitive, so if you make something a capital K, it will only pop up my Kickstart when I do a capital K. So that was my little hack to making sure I'm not like adding shit all the time. If I do capital K, it's gonna add a little Kickstart. If I do capital R, it's gonna do reverb. And then you start to find out there's all these weird little characters that you only get when you do like option shift. And so that opens it up. Like if I do Option V, I get Valhalla Room, but if I do Shift V, I'll get Valhalla Vintage, and it'll
so dope.
But it has to be in a rack, or is this?
It does. No, I prefer it in parallel.
Okay.
Yeah, I prefer.
So that's
in
just your own sort of deal.
The one quirk of it is you can't drag a plugin into it. What you do is you take something like, let's say, Melodyne, and you save this, which is a feature most of us never use. Save it as Melodyne VST preset, and that you can drag in.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah,
so that's where the key command will be on, is for that specific thing.
And
that's what it's
you,
pulling from.
And then you drag that guy into here.
It probably saves it as whatever you saved it as, right?
Yeah, and which is nice because now you get like the default that you want for Serum or whatever.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
Is this a Max for Live plugin that you have?
It's a Max for Live thing, yeah.
Is it free?
No, maybe a couple bucks or something, yeah.
But it's got to live on the master.
No, No, it could live anywhere. It's just sensible, I think, to put on so you don't go deleting it.
Got
or
it.
something.
Yeah.
But it has to be somewhere. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
It has to be somewhere. And yeah, so
that's so useful, man. That's so great.
With Keyboard Maestro, it might seem intimidating at first, but let's look at a really simple one. So link tracks is something we were doing all the time when we had a bunch of mic recordings of drums and stuff. It's really simple what it does. It's just when I hit Command-Shift-L, it's going to right-click at the point of my mouse. So relative to my mouse is 0, 0. Relative to current mouse location, meaning exactly at the mouse location. And then it's going to type in L, and then it's going to type in Enter. So if we did that manually, we'll right-click, type in L. Oh, what? Oh, there's not 2 tracks selected, sorry. To link, you do need 2 tracks. Okay, so right-click, L, and then hit Enter. And that would have done it. But instead, with Shortcut Buddy, it just does it instantaneously.
Oh, yeah.
So sick, dude.
And then if I want to unlink it, I have one set up for that too. It'll just unlink it. The most sophisticated one, I like to show this off. It's not practical for most people. Maybe it'd be practical for you guys, but this one is there's 2 that are kind of sophisticated, but this is the all right. We're gonna enable this, and we're gonna enable this, and we're going to disable this guy. So when I am working on samples, and let's say we got a drum loop, and let's say we've been making, that's not a good example. Let's say we've been making, snares that they rim shots, whatever the hell this is, and we're going to bounce out the sample. So this guy hit a little button, and it opens up our own bouncer. And this is going to...
Oh, that's so smart.
Yeah, so we'll set it as like snare, whatever, tell it to ignore tempo. It got the tempo from the project because it automatically detected. And now it's going to go like that and just put it in there. And the really nice thing about this is I hit 1, and let's say I had another, I can next time just hit, I believe it was Shift in that same button. And now it's going to skip that whole process and just bounce it.
Dude. Wait, why don't you have an auto key for snares or kicks for that?
Like automatically detect?
Yeah.
Well, it's not that smart where it can like do audio stuff. All it's really doing is a series of commands that you would have done manually with your mouse. So
you're making your life so much easier. I mean, people can use that if they're just trying to stay organized, but for sample companies, this is like a game changer.
For
man.
you guys, I could set this up on your shit, and
please,
dude.
This is all the stuff that's going on. It does get a little deep. It tells Ableton to stop playing music, and it selects the loop region and stuff. You might have noticed when I just selected it, it selects that loop region for me and then gets the damn thing going. And
But is it at the point now where, like, if you're trying to collaborate on somebody else's computer, you're just like, I can't fucking use this thing because I don't got my shit.
Shortcut Buddy would kill me a little bit. Yeah. This guy was specific for samples. Luckily, we're out of sample world. Mm-hmm. But another thing that we created, which is nice, is this is really quickly just going to grab the audio path of the sample from Finder. Oops. Fuck. What was it? Oh, yeah. Boom. It just really quickly, I know it's happened so fast.
They're just batch commands, right?
Yeah.
Essentially?
What it did was it went like this. When
yes, we use this so much.
Did this, and it copied the path name. So quickly it did that. And let's say I want to save it in this directory. And instead of having to go browse to it now, when I go here, I just hit the command again, and it's just going to take me there so I can save it. So if I just edited a sample, now I'm just, as long as I can see that sample, as long as I can see that sample here anywhere, I can immediately go to it when I save, which is just a big headache saver.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, dude, I hate going between Finder windows.
Yeah.
You're living in Finder all the time.
Yeah, I know. One little hack I will say for Finder windows is if you see a folder over here, you can actually drag it into your Finder. It'll go there.
Ooh.
Wait.
I like that.
Yeah. So we were back here in some random shit, and then I just drag from Finder a folder into here, and you'll just be in that folder now.
That's huge. You don't have to go into the search.
So you don't have to create a new Finder thing?
Finder window? This is actually the save dialog from Ableton is what we're looking at right now. But
oh my God.
So if you're in like a save dialog, or an open dialog or whatever. Yeah.
So one thing I wanted to ask though is so when you're using all these key commands, I mean, how are you dealing with do you have like a macro to turn it off so that you can search
Yeah, like
in the browser. Like, let's say you want, if you're typing, if D is one of your key commands, or capital D, and you want to look up drum loop.
Oh yeah, it's good about when you have a text field active. It just
it just knows.
Yeah, Shortcut Buddy will just ignore when you have like I can type in capital whatever the fuck I want and no problem.
I feel like every I feel like every producer should get just like a little bit excited about this type of stuff because if we just took the time.
Yeah.
And you don't have to. The thing is like it's super overwhelming when you're looking at all of it. But if you just go little by little, be like, all right, I'm gonna make a macro so that it opens up Serum and has a stock Serum, or it goes to my favorite respace or whatever, like something simple like that. Like if we just took the time to just like maybe spend one day when you're not inspired and you're not writing, like just get some tools set.
Shortcut Buddy, the guy who made it did a lot of the work for you. Just take a day to add your things in it, even if you just start with Shortcut Buddy. And then the Claude stuff, like, dude, you're just talking to it. You don't need to be a genius. I mean, let's open it up and I can show you.
Do you use the vocal part or do you text?
Oh, sometimes I do talk to it.
I want to talk to it. So I feel like that's faster.
Yeah, my Claude actually started geeking. So I was like, hello, where are you? Hello. But let's go into, close right here. But okay, open you back up. There's probably a much better way to do it than what I'm doing right now. But yeah, here's Claude. I use it personally in this thing called Visual Studio Code. You can do whatever you want. But here's all my past conversations. I was yelling at it. It does all this complicated stuff. But let's look at what I was telling it to do before it went absolutely nuts. I spoke to it in perfectly normal English. Jesus Christ. All right, so I said, we want the active song waveform to be mirrored between the full app and the tray app. So this was the tray app, and then this guy was the full app. And I wanted, when you play it over here, it shows you the position and over here, and they're mirrored.
Got it, so you can keep track.
Yeah, and it tried to do it at first, and it fucked up. And I was like, hey, we want the song waveform to be mirrored between the full app and tray app, but it's playing double right now. Also, I'm in the tray app. Also, maybe I should, when I'm in the tray app, if a song is playing when I open the main app will not show a song playing. So it said, okay. It looked at the code. It's I have enough context. Here's the plan. Here's the root cause. It's just talking to itself, basically.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm not reading that shit.
Yeah, I mean, this is all the code that it did, and it created a to-do list for itself, and it's working through it. And
it made its own to-do list.
Yeah,
that's cute.
And I'm on, it's on my right screen, and I look over when it's done, and I check its work, and hey, I got this new feature added.
And you're off to the races.
Off to the races. So let me see if there's any. I know we shouldn't spend too much time here. The Ableton track cleaner I was telling you about. But anyway, Ableton missing sample sync. This is one you load in, and if Dropbox hasn't synced some, it'll identify that, and you just hit sync, and it is going to sync all the samples.
That's so huge.
Time zone converter. This is a little one, but it's just so annoying. I just don't. When people are talking to me and they're in wherever, fucking Germany or something.
Hell yeah, dude.
And it can interpret my dumb little things I say, like Germany. I'm not really saying a time zone, but and then over here I say, okay, well when it's 6. And it'll just tell me, let me know.
For meetings, it's like, because it's like, do you want to open up your phone? It's like, it's
math.
Yeah, too many steps.
Yeah, get out of here.
I love that you're digitizing your life. I don't know if that's the right word, but like you're just making your life as much easier as you possibly can.
Yeah, and I'm working on this one now, which is going to be like my live show helper for trying to put together sets, and it'll communicate with Rekordbox, and it'll be over here when I'm putting a set together, and it'll have my whole thing of songs that I can choose from, all the different Kashmir edits I've made, and be able.
Wow.
Anyway, that's a work in progress, but yeah, I'm trying to think which of these do you guys feel like connects with you? And
I think like for sure, just like on a producer level. I mean, I know this isn't necessarily one of the apps that you made, but the Shortcut Buddy is something that I feel like, for me, that I really want to get involved in my workflow. I'd like to see it do something, and maybe this is something that Shortcut Buddy can't do, but maybe Claude can do.
Yeah.
Where I'd love for it to, let's say, because I start a lot of sounds, to hit a button and have it throw up an initiated serum would be great. But if I'm like, hey, I want to start an FM sound.
Yeah.
So I want to hit a button and have it open up serum, and I say, okay, well, the stock should always be FM from B or PD from B.
Right.
And, it should be up 1 octave. Like I want to start from that place. I want to have all my filters or all my my sort of kind of go-to filters that I go to kind of preloaded, ready, changed.
I see.
Like that would be awesome and save me time in making presets. Every time I have to start from scratch, I end up repeating the same steps.
What I think is this is actually partially a Shortcut Buddy thing. I think you would create, let's say you had a Shortcut Buddy just for Serum. So it would be like one of these guys and it would be like 10 Serum things. And you don't want to remember because you're going to run out of keys, right?
Yeah.
So what you might actually want to do is in Keyboard Maestro, I have my Ableton macros that only apply when I'm in Ableton. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to call it, let's just even keep it simple, as Serum presets. And then we're going to create, let's see, a menu, I think, or let's do a prompt. Yeah, prompt with list. And so we're going to, we call it the Serum presets, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's prompt with list, and then you'll say like FM bass, and then you'll say, let's say like init, and then maybe respace and womp or whatever. And then this is going to save it to a variable, and we're just going to call this variable like a Serum choice or something. And we'll make the trigger, hotkey trigger, let's just say, we'll make it command 8 for now. I know it's kind of random. And the title will be Serum preset, and or pick a Serum preset. And right now, all it's going to do is give us a list, and you would pick it. Right, you pick it there.
That is a starting point for me to create a Serum preset.
And all you do when you click on this guy, whether it's FM bass or init or a respace, you're saving that text to a variable called Serum choice. And then from here you say, if, let's just start simple, if variable, why am I done?
I saw it down the bottom. Variable condition.
Variable condition. Is FM bass, then we're going to
if then
probably activate a specific, just to make sure we get back to Ableton. We'll activate Ableton, and then we're going to simulate a keystroke, type of keystroke, and then you're going to pick some random thing, like you're going to pick Alt-Shift-P or it actually did Alt-Shift-P. Yeah, so like pi, right? And then over here, simulate keystroke. Oh, fuck. It's taking it literally. Oh, wait, no, not simulate keystroke. I should probably do a different command, which is type by pasting.
I also just realized I could just make presets like this and then just open them, but this is fun. Anyway.
I know this seems complicated. But
no. I'm not shitting on the complication part. Yeah. I just realized that I was like, oh, it would be really nice if I could do this, and then I realized that I could just save a preset like that and just open up that preset. But it would be nice to have a fast way to do that.
You could save the preset in an individual Serum and assign that to a Shortcut Buddy.
That would be really nice.
Letter.
But your Shortcut Buddy letter now. So the whole point of making this list thing was just because you're not going to remember all the different random little views. So now that you made it pi, you can set Shortcut Buddy to be pi, and for your brain, all it is picking it from a nice little list.
Yes. Okay. So then it would start up.
Shortcut Buddy does the hard part of actually opening it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So the whole Keyboard Maestro was just to assign random characters to a list that actually is English for you.
Why would you use? So why do you want to use a character that you don't normally use? Because you'll forget it. You said why you chose pi as the character?
Just some random character that wouldn't conflict with other things.
Oh, like you'll never hit in your life. Probably you don't accidentally hit.
You just want to use all the characters at your disposal, so you have unique characters for a Shortcut Buddy to not get confused by.
And do you enable your F keys on your Mac?
Oh, I don't. I use them for the simple.
I'm surprised. So I enabled my F keys because I was doing my gaming thing, and it's a PC game, and I use Parallels to run it, right? Because you can run PC games, and I enabled my F keys, and I was like, this is awesome. Like, because it's another, for you, I would do it because all you need to do to use those is just hold function.
Yeah.
Which is kind of annoying.
What are you using them for, the F keys? What do they
F
do?
keys are for, like, if I want to throw a spell, I have it on F1.
Oh, in games.
So I'm saying, like,
games.
if you need more, you need more simple key macros for what you're doing, instead of having to use like Shift Alt, you have like 10. You have F1s, so you can use your F1 keys.
Yeah.
If it's more valuable to you.
Yeah, you're right.
And if you still need to use your brightness or turn your volume up, it's a little annoying for Parker when he's like, how do I turn? I'm like, just hold function.
Yeah.
And then you hit it.
Yeah.
But if you enable your F keys, I'm saying you're getting a whole row of
more
single-digit macros that you can use.
Totally. That are not being used for anything.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought you would have done that because you're like, I'm assuming you have so many different hotkeys.
Yeah.
Or macros or whatever.
You just reminded me that I hate like dragging things up and down, but page up and page down works. Like, you ever doing this thing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so if you had page up or page down, you would just be able to hit that up and down, like if we had a full keyboard, but we don't. So I did make one that, like, when you're dragging it, the S and W just goes up and down.
Oh, yeah,
so
that's huge too.
Yeah. But you're right. You just reminded me because on a full keyboard, you have all these extra keys.
Yeah, think about that. Like, it's just simple.
Do you use a full keyboard at your spot?
Yeah, at my spot I do, but I still find myself, just easier to do that one. But that's a good point about the function key. I guess I'm scared about losing all these ones on top because I do use these.
But that's what I'm saying is, like, you'll realize that it's not that big of a deal. All you're doing is just holding a function and then hit it.
You're right.
All you have to do is, I need to turn my brightness up. I'm just holding bright, and I'm still hitting the same button that I would normally. So the brightness. I have also too. I know we're talking about this. We need to get into production, but this is so fucking cool. I have a mouse, a Razer mouse. It's a gaming mouse.
Yeah.
And it has buttons on it. It has 10 buttons.
Yeah.
So, like, imagine. Now, I like using my Magic Mouse, but I figured out how to use it like a Magic Mouse. I have to hold Shift, and then it'll scroll over with the scroll wheel or whatever. But I could set macros on those keypads, so I don't even have to use my left hand. So let's say I want to open up Serum, I can hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you started getting used to using a mouse like that instead of a Magic Mouse.
Is it on your thumb?
It's on your thumb.
Yeah.
So imagine how fast you can. I don't know, I'm just expanding. I'll show you the mouse after, but yeah.
That's awesome.
Anyway, let's do some. Let's open up some. You got any projects or anything? I mean, this is so cool. I mean, I think this is so valuable for producers, man.
Yeah.
Hey guys, hope you're enjoying the KSHMR episode. I wanted to take a quick second to tell you about 2 new drops only packs we came out with: Knocked Up and XOXO. These are some of the most cracked presets that we have ever made. I literally use them in all my productions right now. You get 300 total presets. Half of them are bass house, and the other half is modern trap. Literally everything that you need. And actually, right now, we're doing a combo sale. You can get both of them for an insane price. I'm gonna call this a B2B sale, dude. And before we get back into the episode, I wanted to show you some of our favorites. Go check them out right now.
I'm working on this project that I told you about that's like more kind of ethnic-y house kind of stuff.
Yeah, the house EP that's more, exactly. I would love to see something in that.
So we could go in here and so this is the guy from Kashmir who reached out to him. Is it low for you guys? I'm getting like a low.
Yeah, can you turn it up, key?
Yeah. What a great lead on top.
I'm just laughing because guys come on here and they're doing like sound design on like the craziest shit.
We get all sorts of different things, bro.
Yeah.
This sounds amazing, bro.
Oh, thank you, man. I
got questions for sure.
Yeah, okay. Why is all this stuff?
I love your crashes too.
Thank
Your cashmere. It's like simple. Your cashmere
crash.
crashes and your cashmere rides are always so clean.
Yeah.
I
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
To model as much as I can from some sounds from yours.
I feel like a hack people don't use a lot is serum effects also. Like if you're starting on a vocal and you just want a vibe, like you're like maybe some distortion stuff, just literally go through your serum presets. It's like you're in Serum 2 Effects and just hear these crazy chains that somebody used on like synths, but like maybe it's sick.
You might get a
That's
cool
a
vibe.
nice
That's a
nug.
good idea.
Yeah.
That's a dope nug.
Yeah. Honestly, people overlook that. All right, so strings 1 and 2. Let's check these guys out. You could see some of the using contact to the max, I would say. Using the different articulations and whatnot. All right, are you gonna be nice? Contact.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah, your contact library is crazy, I'm sure.
Oh man.
How do you deal when you're working on other people's? Like, I cannot figure out how if Kian opens up a contact library and I have everything he has, or we have the exact same thing. I open it and it's missing.
Nightmare. I know. I don't know.
Because the update isn't the same.
Dude,
or
look, I mean, this is my own project.
Yeah, you're
and
doing it right now.
Yeah, I mean, search Spotlight. This is what usually works. And let's see, this is the Stradivari. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but Stradivari violins, I'm assuming. And let's go in here and be nice.
I feel like
when it freezes, that's good. That means it's loaded.
It means it's working.
Yeah. When it freezes, it means it's working.
I feel like you probably have one of the biggest contact libraries of all producers.
I go pretty hard.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, when I went legit, that was a very humbling experience.
Yeah.
Because I was definitely doing it. I was cracking and stuff. And at a certain point, you just can't. And also, like at my level, I wouldn't blame somebody for judging me. You know, like you can afford it.
Right.
It gets expensive though. You're like, oh yeah, I love these guys. This is Session Strings Pro, and it's just got that nice slow slide up. And
how did you get the slide up? Is that a pitch thing that it's doing, or a?
Yeah. So this guy in particular, you can either do key switch mode, which is not what I have here. I have velocity switch. Key switch mode, you go down into those super low notes, and you can use that to change from staccato to whatever. But this is a simpler one called velocity switch, where there's just a velocity threshold, past which you'll get this guy, and below which you'll get this guy.
Got it.
So below it is slide slow up, and then on the top is glissando. So that's why these guys have a different velocity, and you get that nice effect. And when we listen all together, you know. And, you know, I made this little crappy rack, which just has the different CCs you see the most, like mod wheel and stuff. It puts it in one place. But, yeah.
Dude, your tool game is just out of control.
Thank you, man.
I think you've just really, really... It's nice to see that you've invested so much time in making your workflow
a little easier,
yeah, like that's huge, man. I really feel like a lot of people, I mean, including myself, we all can, like, I'm inspired to be like, oh man, like, because a lot of people make racks and stuff like that, but there's so much stuff that you can do to just like really enable yourself to really just stay in the creative flow.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I really feel the value of that. Like when I think about making a tool, sometimes it sidetracks me from like work because I'm like, I'll become more efficient, you know? And some people don't look at it that way, or they just rather get into it. And I could understand that. I can't just say I'm super disciplined. I really love it. I love the tool problem solving aspect of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It gets me off. I like it.
So this guy that you recorded in Kashmir, you said, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So was this the guy that you found at the restaurant or whatever, or was this like
No, that was a different guy.
Okay.
Yeah, right. I was at a restaurant and he was playing strings, and I was just like, dude, we got to work together. But this guy, I played this set on the lake in Kashmir, and I was looking for somebody who was still singing Kashmiri songs, and he was like the only modern guy I could find, like doing music videos and everything. So I played it in my set. I took his vocal and did like a little edit with it. I like ripped it and put it on a different song, and then he heard it and like, you know, reached out to me or something, and I was like, oh, we should work on something together, you know. And he's actually like a really cool young guy, you know. He's living in like Bangalore right now, I think. But yeah, man, he's.
So you just like at that point where you're like just book the nearest studio that you could find and get him in there? Like, is that how a lot of this stuff works with you?
He had his studio, and I just gave him some money, you know, for his time and everything. But now we're homies. He's coming to my shows when I'm in India and stuff. And
that's so sick.
Yeah, but
great bed of sound.
Thank you, man.
A really nice bed of sound. That's the way you say it, whatever. But.
Yeah, so it's been some vibey stuff like that.
Is a lot of this style in this kind of like lower BPM, like around like 110?
Yeah, like if we
100?
look at it here, all these guys like 114, 106. This is another one with that guy. It's gonna like take us down.
No, it's chill, bro. We're all about this. This is great.
Man.
Okay, awesome. And I'll pull up the project while it's playing.
Super vibey, bro. This is sick.
Are those steel drums?
I don't think they're steel drums. I think it's just like a serum thing.
Really cool.
If you're talking about the same thing, I think you're talking about.
Yeah.
And what about these beautiful perks and stuff like that? Are those contact libraries?
Let's see, man. I forget. This is when we finished early on. So, let's see. We got our congas. Look, some Oliver in there.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
And let's just like, I guess we could focus on the drums for a second. It's a bit out of order. I got vocals at the top and then chords and shit. All right, let's just group these bad boys.
While you're doing that too, how do you decide, like, do you ever have trouble like deciding when you make something like a song, if you're like, oh, I could easily put this in Kashmir Volume 5, but I'm gonna keep this one for me.
I
like,
mean,
you struggle with
sometimes
that?
if I make something cool and it's like generic enough. Like it's not super specific to that song. I'll just throw it in there.
Yeah, so you're fine with just putting out your like, cause like that, even that this little loop was like very useful. Like I would put that in a pack. Like,
yeah, that's true. I mean, you could tell like it's got like Oliver stuff, and so, I have to make like some changes, just to make sure it's all kosher. But yeah, I mean.
Yeah, do you feel like, because I feel like it's fine if you're using other people's samples to make loops, as long as you're making like obvious within reason. But like, do you feel like it's not okay to do if you're like, sorry, I don't mean to get down the sample pack route, but
no, it's okay. I mean, look, it's just kind of blurry, and I myself have been at the center of controversy about like Mick Gordon and his and the Doom soundtrack,
right?
Yeah, where like I was sort of pressured to not. I wanted to be very honest about how it happened, but it was like a little contentious about being too honest. But basically, it was like, hey, this video game, I'm gonna like sample it and kind of do some effects, and maybe that's maybe that's okay. Maybe that doesn't cross the line, And the internet gave me a very strong wake-up call, and it was like, you're just stealing stuff, and you just want to make money stealing everybody else's stuff. And, it felt terrible, and eventually I even talked to Mick. We had a brief little talk, and it's when somebody else has got samples in your stuff, it's kind of up to you to decide if you really made something new, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And when I look back at the Doom stuff, no, I didn't. You listen to that and you listen to this, it didn't change enough for it to be materially different, So, if he's got his conga loop and like maybe I take like one little shot from it and I do effect in it, maybe that's okay. You kind of you have to figure out where your line is. And for me, my line is a bit higher because I've been at the center of some of these controversies. I know people would love to be like, oh, he's stealing shit again. So I'm a bit sensitive about that. And I really drive it home to everybody we're working with. Hey, obviously you're not going to make every sample from scratch, but really listen to the stuff you use. And, when somebody would listen to it and then listen to the sample and be like, yeah, that's the other sample.
For sure.
Yeah. So,
that makes sense. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were showing us these drums are beautiful. Your drum selection they come out so nice in the mix.
Man. I mean, really, I would throw shit at the wall and I see what sticks. But you got your shakers. We have a little cashmere.
That's driving the rhythm of it.
Yeah. Looks shaved off a little bit too.
Yeah.
This was definitely an exercise in like reserving frequencies for me. This style of music,
creating more space.
Yeah, you definitely have some stuff filling up the higher frequencies, but it's sort of nice that it lives a little bit more closed off for the most part. And then these are the guitar parts. Some articulation. And the main guy is, where the hell is he? Bell, this guy. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I love the chord on top.
And we got this nice chord here.
Mm.
Yeah, I love that one.
That's nice.
What's it, a little B flat minor 7 type deal?
All right, I'm stoked to finally announce the Excellent Studios residency is back. So if you're an EDM producer in LA and you're looking to level up your skills, network, and collab with like-minded producers, you're going to love this. And honestly, it's unlike anything else out there. It's a 6-day program with daily collab sessions, one-on-one mentoring with me, a guest producer masterclass. Last time we pulled in the homie OK, and it was insane. And then we close it all out with a live feedback session and a final listening party. And here's the thing. Everyone from round one actually became real friends. They're still in touch. They're still working together today. And most of them are actually releasing music now because of that week. So if that sounds like something you need right now, hit the link in the description and apply. The date is August 31st to September 5th, and there's only 15 spots. So don't sleep on this one. We'll see you in the studio.
I love that it has, you have this like Indian, obviously you have like an Indian singing or Hindu?
Kashmiri,
Kashmiri singing over it, but when you solo the beat itself with like the vibe, it has this like Latin jazz sort of vibe over it. So it's like you're taking these two like ethnic worlds and then you got the house element.
Yeah.
Really cool, because you would think, oh, like it's just like a Kashmir style house song, but it's not. You got all these different style ethnicities into it, which is really great, man.
Yeah. No, you're right. And you know, it's kind of, you're working on a track, you know how it is. You do what's right for the track. You kind of know what the emotion is. You have that abstract, and then you're sort of just working in service of that emotion that you promised at the beginning of it.
I feel like this would be really good. Like I feel like my lady, she like really like specific type of music to draw to and to paint to, where it's like, you know, but she likes electronic stuff. So I feel like this is also would be really good for somebody to like kind of create to, you know. Also, I imagine me and like I'm a drug kingpin in a villa, you know, I got my shirt open, a big belly out, and I got a big, you know, I got shot at tequila, and I'm feeling myself, right? You know,
dude.
I think, there was like one birthday I had where we were all kind of like coming down at the end of the night, and it was just the perfect song to play at that moment.
Yeah.
You know, and it has its place for sure, where it hits the spot. So, yeah, and as I'm getting a little bit older, and you know, that's a spot that's I feel more and more of, you know, as opposed to the bangers. But I probably shouldn't give away like this whole project. But
yeah, no, it's cool. I feel like we went over a lot of stuff already.
I think this is amazing, dude.
Yeah, and there's some funnier. Oh yeah, there's like a new Cataract song we're working on.
Oh,
yeah, this one's pretty fun. Can we turn up the volume for this one? And we'll decide later if it makes it in. Or
sure, up to you.
Sure.
Yeah.
I like the battery health on this one.
Yeah.
The battery health, because it's a green.
Yeah.
It's not Molly, it's not right, it's that shit you really like. These bitches got it twisted, call me when you get it right. Call it what you want, call it what you like. Yeah, I heard they want me dead, call me when you get a life. It's not Molly, it's not right, it's that shit you really like. These bitches got it twisted, call me when you get it right. Call it what you want, call it what you like. Yeah, I heard they want me dead, call me when you get a life. I just met him last night, now he calling me his wife. You can have my autograph, you gotta pay the price. In the club, like a body, any hotel, any flight. And when I hit the valley, take these bitches for a hike. On that bag, like a caddy, call me if you got
Yes.
I need dro, no drama, and a shoulder I can lean. I don't care where you've been, I don't care what you've seen. The only thing that matters is you paying for my dreams.
Throw some water on it. If they got daddy issues, throw some father on it.
That's a good line.
Praise the Lord Jesus Christ. You can call me Wesley, cause I'm about to
It's
snipe.
not Molly, it's not right, it's that shit you really like. These bitches got it twisted.
Yes, dude.
Call it what you want.
Bro,
Call it what you like.
Fun, right?
festival trap remix of this would go crazy, bro.
That would go crazy.
Like a knock edit or some shit.
Oh, fucking, I love knock, man.
You got so many great elements in this too, bro. The funk.
Thank you, man.
I never met you, but what it do? I feel like soldier, I feel like you.
Yeah.
Spank that, pump that, pull the rug, then tank that. Call the shot, then bank that. Boom, there we go. Got you standing on your toes. Got you sneaking out the side. I feel like young thug, shouty, wanna go ride.
Throw some water on it. If they got daddy issues, throw
There's
some
a father on it.
praise the Lord
Jesus Christ.
You can call me Wesley, cause I'm about to
It's
snipe.
not Molly, it's not right, it's that shit you really like. These bitches got it twisted. Call me
Yeah, this is hard, bro.
Yeah,
This
thank
is
you,
dope.
man.
Crazy,
Thank you,
dude.
dude. That was a really fun one. So, yeah, cool, man. We got some good
Dude,
songs.
this has been
Good
amazing.
ideas and yeah.
Yeah, bro. Thanks for showing us all this,
Oh,
man. This
dude,
is
my
just
pleasure.
some crazy level shit, dude.
Yeah.
You know, this is like
Thanks, man.
beyond the producer. This is producing the producer. You
Yeah.
know, like helping you.
Yeah, I think everybody needs to like involve the AI shit in their life and build their own tools. And you know, it's really empowering when you think about it. Like there was a lot of barriers to us creating the tools that we use.
Yeah, man.
There just aren't anymore, bro.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I always leave. I mean, I've only had one with you, but every time I definitely feel like you're like the most inspiring guest, like for me, like personally, bro. So thank you so much for coming. I always feel so inspired after you come. I know people probably feel very inspired after you come.
Most
After you come
definitely.
in and you bust a nut all over the excellent studios of knowledge.
Dude, I hope everyone that I've come in feels inspired.
You're just coming inspiration.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, bro.
Yeah, man.
Thank you guys for watching. Obviously, that new project hopefully is coming soon.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
for sure. We're knocking it out like at a blistering speed. So yeah.
Dope.
That's awesome.
Can't wait
man.
to see more.
Yeah.
Like the video, subscribe, comment down below. You know all the good shit.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Peace.
Peace.